Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. So today I want to talk about the May energies because there's another big month coming up, just as like what you saw with the April energies video. So that was Ascension symptoms that you could expect for the whole month of April. And so I've had another download come in about the month of May and everything that you can expect to be feeling emotionally and physically and energetically and all of that. So before we dive in, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, like it, also share this video so that others can enjoy the content and find it. And then of course, before you leave today, make sure that you are subscribed for new videos every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. So the month of May actually has a theme. The energetic theme is surrender, because this is a divine feminine expression. So I feel like the force of surrender is really misunderstood. A lot of people view it as weak or giving up, but it's actually a very intentional energy and it takes a lot of work. So it is that divine feminine expression, and being in surrender, we're going to talk about how to do that exactly. But what it will give you is actually more alignment with your desires, with your optimum timeline, and with your optimum health. So much more alignment to those higher vibrational experiences and outcomes than you would get with that pushing through mentality. So that divine masculine energy where you just push through, no matter how you're feeling, it's like not taking any breaks. You've just got to get it done, and it's all action. And so the month of May is asking us to go in a different direction, to step out of that divine masculine energy, which is super prevalent in our society. It's pretty much based on that. Hustle, grind, action, taking steps, making your goals happen, all of those things. And it's beautiful when it's in balance, but it's not in balance. It's not in balance within us. It's not in balance within society. And so that is why things like the divine feminine aspects, such as this surrender, are coming up needing more attention because it's about creating balance between the two. So surrender is the opposite force to resistance. So when you are in resistance to the present moment and to what that moment brings you and what shows up on your path, when you are in resistance to it, trying to find a way around it, you can't accept it, looking for anything else to experience other than what life has brought you, all of that resistance, it creates so much suffering and pain. Whereas surrender is a lot more like acceptance, where you accept and you surrender to the flow, not only to the flow of life, but to what that life brings to you. So here's where things like breath can really help you. Taking deep breaths, being aware of your breath. And something that if you have not tried is really, really powerful, it's called breath work. You can find free videos on breath work on YouTube easily. It's not something that you need to pay to do, though you can, because there are many beautiful practitioners out there that actually teach this in classes online or in person. But I have experienced some unbelievable breakthroughs through breath work that have gotten me so much further along my path towards my goals than that pushing through action mentality. Because the breath work actually brings to the surface everything that is not supporting your highest timeline. So it's really amazing. I can't speak on breathwork too much because I'm definitely not a practitioner in it, though I have experienced the benefits and done quite a few sessions of breathwork. And it's intentional breathing. So it's where you are in control of your breath the entire time. And a lot of the times it's like a 3-part breath where you inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So it's like... And you do that really quick like that for as long as you can. Some people can only go 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long you can go. And the experience that you'll have, the side effects, everything that happens is wild. You will have physical sensations. For me, and I've heard of a lot of people experiencing this, my hands cramped up. They were paralyzed because there was so much energy that I was like bringing up and then releasing. It was crazy. It was like heart chakra, physical aspects, tears, memories, limiting beliefs, lack mentality. Oh, you'd be so amazed at what one breathwork session can do for you. So just think about trying something like that, especially in the month of May. That is a beautiful way to surrender intentionally. And breath is really going to help you to surrender. So even just focusing on your breath, taking deep breaths, being more aware of it. This goes hand in hand with forces like being present. So presence and gratitude. So these three things together, breath, presence, and gratitude, are going to get you there. Those are your keys to surrender. And these are the tools for you to utilize when you find yourself feeling rushed, stressed, anxious, worried. Return to your breath, return to the present moment, and return to gratitude. So during the month of May, you're going to want to keep a close eye on your heart chakra. Look for the sensations there, be aware and notice them. Because when we are getting into resistance, which is the opposite of surrender, you're going to feel that as a sensation in your chest and in your heart chakra. It feels like if your heart chakra is supposed to be nice and open and wide, life flows through it. So your whole life force, everything that's coming into your life, all of your experiences, everything that you're creating as a manifester, it's all flowing through the heart chakra. So when you start to feel tightness, that is the heart chakra closing up. And it closes up when it is in resistance mode, and when it is in fear, stress, anxiety, it just closes up. It's a defense mechanism where you think that if you close down, you're going to protect yourself, but you're doing the opposite. You're cutting off your life force. You're cutting off the energy that can bring miracles into your life. You're closing down your ability to manifest the things that you want. So as you close down your heart chakra, your life gets more and more and more lack-filled, more bleak, more hopeless, more anxiety, more of all of the things that you thought you were protecting yourself from. And I'm going to tell you right now that there is nothing in this whole world that is worth closing your heart chakra for. Nothing. Not pain, not sadness, not loss, not grief. It's not worth it. Because as soon as you close up because a feeling that is coming up is uncomfortable, like say you only want to stay open for the good stuff, and then your life, like when you're on cloud 9 and you're in the flow, right? With open heart chakra, nice and wide, that's in the flow because there's so much flow coming through. When you're in the flow, that's a place of miracles, synchronicities, signs, being in the right place at the right time, all of that amazing goodness. And when you start to close down because you're feeling something that you don't want to feel, such as the shadow work, the grief, the loss, whatever, any of those heavy, darker emotions, or because you're in resistance to what's come into your path and it's just not worth it, at that point you're living a half life. And we didn't come here to live half lives. We came here to live fully in all of its glory and gruesomeness. Feel it all. Let that be your goal, not to always be happy, not to always have everything work out, but to be presently aware and to sit with those sensations and events and all of the ups and downs of your beautiful life. You came here to be human. And when we decided to incarnate as a human, we knew that that was one of the most emotional beings that there are. Like so emotional. It makes us so unpredictable. It makes humans really unpredictable because they're so highly emotional. Things can go any way at any point. Go with it. Flow with it. It's so important for you to do that. When you honor your emotions like that and you keep your heart wide open, then your soul path and everything that is meant for you, which sometimes includes these hard things. They're all lessons. It's all medicine. It's all meant for you. So don't close down because you can get into a higher perspective by zooming out and realizing that everything that is coming into your path is divinely timed for you and divinely set out for you to learn these incredible lessons from. Everything is so connected. It's like a giant spider web or checkerboard. One event affects another. It matters that you are present and that you allow yourself to feel exactly what comes up, and that you use those sensations to open even wider. So like when I start to feel afraid, I open my heart even wider. When I start to feel depressed, sad, anxious, I remind myself, I take deep breaths and I literally picture opening my heart chakra wider and wider and wider. And it can hurt a lot, right? But you just keep going, feel all that pain. And then you get to a point where you can breathe again because you've opened up wide enough for life to keep flowing through. And when you are in the flow, you don't get stuck in a certain way of being, right? So when you close down, you get stuck in those emotions. You create blocks in your energy. And this is why it's so important to never hold back tears, never bite back your tears, never stuff down your feelings, your anger, any of that. You need to find an appropriate and safe way to release everything that comes up, to be in flow and release. Because when you feel your feelings, you return to peace. So I really just can't state enough how important living with an open heart chakra is. It will make all of the difference in the quality of your life, your spiritual awakening, your abilities to manifest, your conscious awareness and like your growth with that, like your soul growth, your shadow work, how quickly you move through things, right? Because when you're super open and you're in flow, it doesn't stay for long. The bad stuff doesn't last. We're just in this constant flow and cycle of change. And we can just appreciate that. This is surrender. That is surrender. It's being in the flow, and it takes so much courage because it's a lot of vulnerability, right? To open yourself up to feel whatever comes up. People have this idea that they need to protect their heart chakras with all of these like borders, boundaries. It's not true. I know that's not a very popular opinion, but I know that it's not true. I've done all of the ways, and it's not true. Trying to protect your heart hurts you. It does. Trying to set boundaries on what you allow yourself to feel and experience limits you. It does. Trying to protect yourself from an event or a person by protecting your heart, that's not it. Because that event and that person are meant to be there. They are teaching you something so much greater than you could learn on your own in this life. It's all medicine. It's all lessons. Don't shy away from it just because it's uncomfortable or hurts. Embrace it and open yourself to it. Be vulnerable. Be brave. Be brave. So that when you feel the fear, you open up even wider. You let it in. You let it in. That putting boundaries on your heart mentality is so limiting. If there is a person in your life that is hurting you in some way, then learn the lesson with an open heart and make a decision, if they are now obviously toxic, to remove them from your life. But never close your heart. They're not worth it. It's not worth it. So embrace the present moment this month like your life depends on it. You are now going to be reminding yourself daily to be present with what you're sensing, with what's going on around you. Presence is multidimensional because you're present, you're aware. That's what it's awareness, isn't it? So you're aware of what's going on within and what's going on without. That's presence. It's like a silent observer mode that's watching the inner world and the outer world. It's a very calm and peaceful place to be. I learned a lot about presence from the books A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, and also The Untethered Soul, which I think is by Michael Singer. So those are my 2 recommendations for presence. It will change your life. So A New Earth and The Untethered Soul. If you don't have either of those, they're both really important because they come at it from different aspects. The Untethered Soul actually goes through the steps to take, like tells you like what your mind is doing and how to change it. Like it's almost practical. Whereas the other one is very like esoteric and a little bit more about the ideas of presence and like the magic of it. You need both. You need both halves of that experience. But this is the month to embrace presence. It's going to save you and it's going to upgrade you. So as you know, Ascension symptoms are getting stronger and stronger. And it's not just physical symptoms anymore. A lot of us at the beginning of our spiritual awakening, we're experiencing them in mostly physical ways. And then it was like emotional ways, belief systems, energetic ways. And then with soul nudges, which we've talked about a lot, that's the ascension symptoms leaking into your life and like changing your life, your timeline. There is no part of you and everything that you are, like your entire being, which includes the soul, the energy body, the light body, your aura, your chakras, your energy centers, your physical human self, your astral cord, your life, your timeline. It's all who you are. Those are all parts of you. Ascension is going to seep in to every single part of who we are. So we are not done. It is not done. As we come up to that golden era period of that 24,000 precession cycle that we've talked about so much, we're coming up to that. Think about the kinds of beings that lived on Earth during those ascended societies. The ascended societies of Lemuria and Atlantis and Avalon. These were telepathic, magical, advanced humans. We're on our way to that. So there's going to be a lot of changes yet to come, and it's all a blessing. So I just really want to stress that no matter what comes up, even if it's like raging feelings, that you allow them to rage and that you sit with that and you honor yourself in that way. Honor everything that comes up. Honor your experience during this ascension. We are way showers as starseeds. We're leading the way on this, but we're also finding our way as well. And when we do that with strength, courage, vulnerability, we really ground those energies into the earth for others to also then use and experience. We're creating energetic fields, toroidal fields that come outside of ourselves, like cycle around us in our auras, but that we also ground deep into the planet. And then others of us that are grid workers are putting it right into the planetary grid, which affects the 3D structure. And then others still are actually sending that ascension energy into the collective of humanity, the collective consciousness, with their posts, content, light language, music. There are so many ways for you to use your own experience and your evolving energies to then create that evolution for others. This huge evolution of consciousness that is taking place. It's the entire race of humanity. Every single one of them is being affected now. So do not abandon yourself this month. Do not abandon yourself or your experience. Take care of yourself. Be with yourself. Support yourself. Honor yourself. Be present with everything that's coming through. Use it as a powerful tool and a lesson for yourself and others, so for your own soul growth, and then to offer that to others. And you can share that through just sharing your experience and being vulnerable, talking about it. or in the energy work that we talked about, like the grounding the energy into the planet, putting it into the planetary grid, putting it into the collective consciousness, or just affecting the people around you with your own auric fields of this ascension energy. So May is definitely a divine feminine kind of month, because surrender is all about the divine feminine. It's a very powerful aspect of the divine feminine. And we know that the divine feminine is coming up at this time because it's been pushed down for so long. So we need to bring it into balance, bring it up to meet the divine masculine so that we have that beautiful balance. And that is incredibly powerful because the divine feminine is offering the creativity, the creation energy, inspiration, creation, ideas. And then the divine masculine is the action to follow through. You need both. You need both, or it's empty either way. You really need that balance. So that is why the divine feminine is coming up in such a strong way. So this is a sacral chakra upgrade. So you may also be feeling this month things to do with the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is a beautiful orange chakra, kind of like a sunset in between your hips in your low belly. And so if you are experiencing any physical sensations on the front, the back, like your lower back or either side of your hips, that's definitely connected to this upgrade of that chakra and that divine feminine energy. So we had actually a lot of divine masculine energy upgrades last month in April. So now going into May, we're getting into divine feminine again. So we kind of keep bouncing back between the two in a way because we're creating a bridge to connect them and to bring them into balance, because it is so incredibly important for this worldwide ascension that we get the divine feminine back up where it belongs. So other than that divine feminine sacral chakra, the other physical place that you're going to be experiencing it is in the heart, like we talked about. So this month, it's all very watery energy, very emotional water energy coming up. And water needs to flow. You don't want to dam it, block it, because then you actually create blocks. So you're going to stay in flow, stay in surrender, allow what comes up to come up, don't abandon yourself, and really go for it with this energy. Like, don't hold back, because you need this. You need this. So that's all I have for you at this point for the energies coming up in May. If I find a lot of downloads coming through about May energies, I'll do a part 2. But so far, it's a lot already, right? So it's a lot already. Please, if you have questions about any of this and how to surrender, just pop them into the comment section below and I'll check them out. And then please remember that if you want to work with me, that you can check out the links in the description box, and we can work on those like physical and energetic, very real chakras that you have to create that beautiful balance and healing. So there are healing sessions, counseling sessions, breakthrough sessions, all of those held on Zoom. And then there are also, on the other side of the services, there are readings. So lots of different readings are available. So check out the links below. Please remember to like this video, share, and subscribe. And before you go, please remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye.